So what's going on, people? Welcome to another video on the channel and another video for our E3 2021 prediction videos. In today's video we're going to be doing it on EA, which I know that EA aren't going to E3 for themselves. They're going to be doing a EA Play Live on the 22nd of July, a whole month after the initial E3 period, which it seems about right. You know, EA decide to do their own stuff and they might as well do it. You know, they're a big company, they might as well do their own thing. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to comment down below for any predictions you have for the EA conference. It could be literally any EA property that you want being shown, whether it's something that I say about in this video or if it's something that I haven't mentioned. Just comment it down below, and you know, it could be the wildest prediction that you can think of. Just be, you know, mindful of everything about it. So if we start it off with the biggest thing and the soonest thing, which is the Battlefield reveal. Now, the Battlefield reveal is happening by itself as a teaser trailer on June the 9th, mainly because it's a game that's been, you know, hyped up for years and years and years, and it's been ages since we've had a new Battlefield game. Now, there's been a lot of rumours about the new Battlefield, whether it's going to be a modern day shooter, something that's going to be in the near future shooter, but hopefully all is going to be revealed on the 9th of June. Now, presumably, this Battlefield title is supposed to be coming out this year, so this reveal is going to be something probably quite big. I would guess on the 9th of June, the earliest reveal is going to be something towards the trailer, the setting, everything towards that, in-engine stuff, a little bit to gameplay, and then on their EA Play Live, they're going to be doing some more gameplay features on that. It kind of makes a bit more sense to have that. Personally, for myself, I would rather see a modern day futuristic, you know, that middle ground where it's like 2 years in advance, where anything could happen, where it's not stuff that we've already got right now, just because I feel like we're missing that type of setting now. We've gone back, and I think everybody's kind of, you know, annoyed at how much we went back. I know a lot of people kind of do want the Battlefield Bad Company 3, just, you know, to have that completed trilogy. Personally, I haven't played any of the Bad Companies myself. I've got them all installed. I just have to play through them and try and, you know, play for the campaign. I'm more of a Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 5 player, and I even played Battlefield Hardline. It's just I started off on Battlefield 3, so it's one of them where I've had more of the experience towards the modern day setting, which I enjoy. I enjoy having the gadgets. I enjoy having all that type of stuff. I know Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 were they were fun to play, but I always felt like it was missing more. And I know in previous ones they did, I would say they mastered the chopper gameplay towards anything towards that. So, you know, the fact that they went back and they kind of, I would say, probably fine-tuned infantry, planes, and tanks. This Battlefield kind of builds it up to be probably, maybe, one of the best Battlefield games that we could probably have. Who knows? Who knows? Hopefully it is one of the best Battlefield games that we have. My hopes for this would be to have it as a cross-gen title. It's one of them that's going to be, hopefully, a cross-play. I know that EA have done it in the past towards Star Wars Squadrons, that's got crossplay, and I know that Apex Legends has also got crossplay as well. So hopefully the new Battlefield game does have a crossplay feature, just because I feel like the Battlefield game would be missing out, massively going to be missing out quite a lot. Pretty much just because, you know, Activision have already got crossplay in their games. EA have to build that into, I think, every single one of their games this year. Now, our next talking point is towards the Star Wars franchise. Now, a lot of people who are probably watching this, they know that the Star Wars franchise is going to be going away from EA in 2023. So we've still got 2 years of EA Star Wars. Whether that's going to be a new game or not, we don't know. There's been a lot of rumours, and the I think it was the developers did say about a Fallen Order 2 coming out, which does make a lot of sense. It ended on a massive cliffhanger towards it, so it kind of makes sense that they should probably make, a Fallen Order 2. There should be something extra towards that, presumably. I would like to see something small from EA towards the Star Wars franchise. Just because the small side of Star Wars, whether it just being like a storytelling element or whether it being a multiplayer, a co-op type of thing, that would be fun to have. Just because I feel like the small little things that developers can make, sometimes some of the best things that they can have, they're not always the highest reviewed things, but they're usually the funnest ones that there are. Like, if you take, for example, Apex Legends, that started off as just being a Battle Royale clone, just, a free player Battle Royale clone, and it worked out. It's done massively. Like, EA probably thought, like, we'll try it out. It's something different. And it's hit off like nothing else before seen. Like, it makes sense to have Star Wars something towards that, just because it would bring more hope towards EA, I would say, just because a lot of people know that Ubisoft is making an open world Star Wars game. Activision is supposed to be getting it as well, so to have EA make something as well, and then Nintendo have got something, and then you've still got the Lego Star Wars stuff. Star Wars is a huge thing and people still love it, so EA I would say they have to make something, whether it's one thing or two things. They could have something come out next year and then something else 2023, but I would say they have to show at least one of these things, whether it be in a storytelling element, whether it's another expansion towards Battlefront 2 or a Battlefront 3. We don't know. If it's a Battlefront 3, I feel like a lot of people will play it. They do have to fine-tune it quite a lot, because there was a massive uproar about Battlefield 2, whether you can't play as Darth Maul and stuff like that until you paid money and stuff, even though you got the game. Made no sense. If they made a Battlefront 3 and it was completely free to play, and they made it a cross-play type of game as well, whether it's not being PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5, it's being PlayStation 5 to Xbox One or to PC or to Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S. That type of stuff has to happen right now. And I feel like that would build up the hopes towards all the fans, towards Star Wars and the future of Star Wars games through EA and through other companies as well. So our next thing that we're going to go on about is through BioWare. A lot of people know BioWare, and the latest addition to the BioWare collection is the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which I myself am very much enjoying. I'm playing it on the Series X, and it's incredibly fast and it looks incredible. But that was the last thing that we've had from them. So what are they working on right now? I would probably say Dragon Age 4. That's going to be the game that we're going to probably see. We'll see a lot more towards it. I know we've had a lot of stuff in the past. We had, I think it was the smallest trailers before, just because, they need something like that. They need something that's going to fight back the franchise of what they've built, because right now they've got Dragon Age and they've got Mass Effect. Mass Effect has done well. If they do a remaster towards the Dragon Age franchise, just to, give themselves a bit more time to make a Dragon Age 4, or whatever the title's going to be for it. It'll probably change. It always has. I think there was a Dragon Age Inquisition, so it makes sense. But if they remaster 1 and 2, and Dragon Age Inquisition, it doesn't need to be remastered. It's on next gen, or it's on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and PC. It doesn't need an extra thing. But if they do that, just to say like, we are working on this, here's a small snippet, but here's something in the meantime, play this. That would probably make a lot more sense. Now, they could have a Mass Effect, just because they could make a Mass Effect Andromeda 2, or they could go for completely out of nowhere and just go for Mass Effect 4. I don't know how they would do that, but you don't know how companies work. We don't know how some things are going to be. They could go towards the Mass Effect sci-fi type of thing, Or BioWare might go for, a completely new IP. We don't know. They could be working on something that we don't even know about. And they might have just dropped the Dragon Age thing for a couple of years. You don't know. And, they might focus on Mass Effect and go for Mass Effect Andromeda 2, or whatever they want to call it. Or they might go for a completely new IP. Their type of style of games is an RPG type of setting. All of their games are RPG. So we could see something. You don't know. BioWare could be making a Star Wars game. I don't know. They've got that. They could have anything. BioWare could make anything they want. And, a lot of people would buy it because they trust BioWare. I feel like that was the same thing with Bungie. So hopefully BioWare don't do that type of stuff. And hopefully fans don't get deceived by just the name of the company. It's something that doesn't work. But hopefully BioWare show off at least one thing, whether it be in Dragon Age 4 or a new Mass Effect or a new IP, at least something towards the advanced stage. I would personally like to see a Dragon Age 4 towards the gameplay side instead. Maybe an in-engine thing if it's not done just yet. It might be a next year title, whether they could probably do it for next year's title, just because EA don't usually like to bundle all of their releases all in one place. If it's a this year thing, it's going to be way later. If it's a next year thing, it could be springtime, I would guess. So now we're essentially at the halfway mark. We might as well go towards the sports side of EA, because I think everybody who probably watches EA over the years, they already know that they're going to have about a half an hour segment towards sports, which it makes sense. It's what they developed for years, so it makes sense they've got the partnership towards it all. Personally, myself, I enjoy FIFA, and I've slowly got towards the F1 side, which this year EA have F1, which I'm going to buy. Hopefully it's not all transactions. Personally, I would think that they're not going to go towards that. It doesn't make any sense to do it. But just to make sure, I would say that the F1 game probably has to have something that is going to be a little bit different, like an F1 hub. I would say, again, crossplay. They could have it as the F1 hub. They can do it towards all the other games as well, and it makes a lot of sense. They could have it towards a Battlefield hub, so that means it's a crossplay environment. It makes sense. They just call it the hub or something on those lines. That means it's an EA crossplay zone, and it makes a lot more sense to have that. And I would say that they would have to do something on those lines towards FIFA as well. I would say this year FIFA is going to change a lot compared to last year's FIFA. I know everybody's going to say it's exactly the same year, it's exactly the same game every single year. Then I would say it's exactly the same as what a COD is. That's the same game every single year. It's a football game, it's a shooting game. That's how games work. They always have to bring out the same thing just because people will buy it. But towards FIFA, they have to try and get rid of the microtransactions type of thing. They've tried it out this year by having the seasonal stuff, which I would say maybe they might do an Ultimate Team Battle Pass or an Ultimate Team Pass. So that means, you pay off, a seasonal thing, and you get seasonal cards, objectives and everything towards that. As long as you actually do stuff towards the seasonal thing, you can just play games, or you can do additional things like challenges, objectives, those type of things, and you get more stuff from it. Makes sense to have something like that. I think it would work out as well. It would make people play the game a lot more. And as I said, towards the F1 and all the other things, it has to have a crossplay feature. I would say EA are missing out an entire fan base towards not having crossplay in the game. And also, having crossplay would allow YouTubers and streamers, it would allow them to engage a lot more with their fans, and it would allow other YouTubers to actually play with other YouTubers. It wouldn't restrict them to console specific things. It makes more sense to have something to where it's going to be like a FIFA hub, as we said before, a FIFA hub itself, where you can just invite people through the FIFA hub, and then they get the notification through the game itself. That, I would say, it does make a lot more sense. In terms of everything else towards FIFA, there's not that much that I really have. They could bring back a story mode type of thing. They got rid of the journey and they brought in Volta. So maybe they have in a Volta 2, or they have something completely different again. We don't know. We don't know how it's going to change. We don't know anything towards anything on that side of the thing. The FIFA side is going to be about like maybe a couple of minutes. It's going to be seen towards Madden and PGA Tour. I would say those ones are going to be the high things. EA always do a sports thing by itself, so hopefully they do just combine it all into one. They're going to do a big thing towards Madden. Myself, I'm not one towards it. A lot of people play it. It is an American style game. I don't get, American football. Confusing. Just give me FIFA and I know most of the things about it, so it makes a lot more sense for me to talk about that than anything else. If if you want to comment down below for what you want to see from Madden, if you are an American viewer, then go check that out and go comment it down below to have your views towards what you want to see from it. Now, another thing that does look quite interesting, and it's not a massively hard hitter game, it's something that's more of an indie game, which I want to just say about, which is called Lost in Random. It got teased last year, E3 time last year, and it's a game where your story is dependent on a dice roll. It's a different style of game. I want to see a bit towards it, how the mechanics work, just because we only had a trailer and it just said this year, so I would say we would probably see something extra this year from that. And if you haven't seen anything towards Lost in Random, then I will probably leave a link in the description. If not, go search it. It's a game that's on the EA website and everything, just because if it is something towards a dice roll is depending on your storytelling and it changes the level and all that type of stuff, it's a very unique type of game, and the art style towards it is very unique as well, just because it looks like a Tim Burton invention. So that would bring in a lot of people to play it, because you never know, it could be another thing that's like an Unraveled, A Way Out, or A Tale of Two. It's something that's on those lines towards the unique thing, which would do well and would probably get a sequel, but it's something that people don't really know about. So hopefully that gets something a bit extra gameplay, an actual gameplay element, where you can actually see what the game is about, how it works and everything. That would be quite nice to have. And now I would say we end it on the biggest high. We started off with a high and we're going to end it on a high, which is Skate 4. There's a lot of other games that I could go towards as well. There's a lot of racing games. Not that many people know about them, but please comment them down below for what you would like to see. I just want to focus on certain aspects towards the EA play. So if you guys want to comment down below for what you want to see as well, please comment it down below for what you want to see from EA play. But Skate 4, or Skate, however way it's going to be amazing. Hopefully it's going to be amazing. Hopefully it has a crossplay feature again. Hopefully it keeps the same mechanics as what all the other skate games are, where it's the flick stick. It worked very well. It's a very unique feature towards a skating game. I know a lot of different games have been having that as of late, but Skate was the one that brought it to life, was the flick stick. Instead of having the Tony Hawk game, they brought out Skate, where Tony Hawk was just button pressing. Skate was more you were in control of what the rider did. So I would hope and beg that EA hopefully provide us with something a little bit extra than just we're developing Skate, the new Skate game, Skate 4, whichever one you want to call it. Hopefully there's a bit more towards it. Hopefully a trailer. If there's gameplay, then we know that it's gone quite far. If it's more of an in-game thing, that means we know it's like 2 years off or 3 years off. We don't quite know just yet. If it's a small trailer, we know it's going to be about 3 years off. If we do get a small trailer, then we know the game is fully coming. They haven't given up on it, because Skate 4 is one of those where you don't know if EA are going to follow through with it, or they were just building up the hype to say, oh look, we're not doing it now. Hopefully they do something with the Skate franchise, just because it hit a massive high because of YouTubers, and I feel like if the new Skate game does come out in the next 2 years, then YouTubers would jump on that again. and then it would fuel the excitement a lot more towards that type of style of game. And of course, if it does have the multiplayer element, Hall of the Meat, incredibly fun to play. If it does have a multiplayer element towards the game itself, then crossplay would be an essential thing towards a lot of games. I think right now, crossplay is one of the things that needs to happen, and it helps the users and it helps people decide on the consoles a lot more, because that means it kind of relies upon Sony and Xbox to actually bring out exclusive games instead of just saying no to a crossplay or anything on those lines. They try and just get exclusive deals towards certain publishers just to have things earlier. That type of stuff stops a lot more. But if Skate did have a crossplay feature, then it would be incredible to have, just because, of course, the Skate hub, and you can see other people's skaters. It's easy to add friends, it's easy to play with people. It would be a very essential thing if EA bring out like an EA hub instead of having Origins, instead just an EA hub. So that means you can actually add people. It's the same on Xbox, same on PlayStation, same on Nintendo, same on PC, and then it's just called EA Hub, and you can just see what your friends are doing. You can just join that friend and it loads up that game, or it tells you to buy that game. So much more easier. Hire me, EA. Hire me. So much more easier. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy. I could go over a lot of other games. As I said, the racing games I haven't gone over. We could have a Need for Speed. We could have anything. So, it could be anything towards this game itself. But hope you guys enjoy. Remember to comment down below for what things you would like to see from EA for their EA Play Live. And, what you'd like to see from all the things that I've said about and all the things that I haven't said about. Please comment it down below. And remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So, peace out.